Hello and welcome. In this video we will learn about Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is a famous rapper, songwriter, and artist from the United States. He was born in Compton, California, a place known for music, gangs, and hard life. But Kendrick had a dream. He wanted to tell stories through music. He wanted to share truth, pain, and hope. Today, he is one of the most important voices in hip-hop. His music is not only popular, but powerful. Kendrick grew up in a small house with many people. His family did not have much money. He saw violence and crime around him. Life was not easy. But Kendrick was a quiet and smart boy. He loved to write. He loved music. At the age of 8, he saw a music video by Dr. Dre and Tupac Shakur. That moment changed his life. He knew he wanted to be a rapper. He started writing lyrics and recording songs. He called himself K. At first. He worked hard and shared his music online. People started to listen. They liked his words. They liked how real and honest he was. Kendrick talked about life in the streets, about fear, about hope, and about dreams. Soon, Kendrick became more popular. He worked with other artists like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Jay-Z. His albums became very successful. He wrote songs about family, society, and justice. His album To Pimp a Butterfly was full of deep messages about being black in America. It mixed rap with jazz, soul, and spoken word. Many people called it a masterpiece. In 2017, Kendrick released Damn, another powerful album. It won many awards. One of the biggest was the Pulitzer Prize. This prize is usually given to books and news stories. Kendrick was the first rapper to win it. This showed that rap music can be art. It can be education. It can be poetry. Kendrick's story teaches us many things. He teaches us that we can dream big, even if we come from small places. He teaches us that our voice matters. He shows us that music is not only for fun. It can also teach, heal, and change the world. For students learning English, Kendrick's journey is very inspiring. He started with a love for words. He used those words to build a life, to help others, and to create history. His story is about working hard, staying true, and never giving up. In this audiobook, you will learn more about Kendrick Lamar's life, his music, and his message. You will see how one boy from Compton became a world icon. You will discover how his voice became a light for many. And maybe, you will find your own voice too. Chapter 1. Compton Roots and Early Life. Kendrick Lamar was born on June 17, 1987, in Compton, California. Compton is a city in the United States, close to Los Angeles. It is famous for rap music, but also for crime and gangs. Many families in Compton face problems like violence and poverty. Kendrick's family was one of them. Kendrick's full name is Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. His parents came from Chicago, but they moved to Compton before he was born. They wanted a better life. His father had a difficult past, but his mother believed in peace and a better future for Kendrick. Kendrick grew up in a small house with many family members. He shared rooms with cousins and sometimes had no space to be alone. There was not much money. Sometimes, they did not have enough food. But Kendrick's parents worked hard to give him a good life. They wanted him to stay in school and stay away from gangs. As a child, Kendrick was quiet. He liked to watch people and listen. He was a good student and liked reading and writing. He went to McNair Elementary and later to Centennial High School. Even though the area was dangerous, Kendrick stayed focused. He loved English and enjoyed writing stories and poems. One day, when Kendrick was 8 years old, something big happened. He saw his favorite rap stars, Tupac Shakur and Dr. Dre, filming a music video in Compton. It was for the song, California Love. Kendrick watched from the sidewalk. He was amazed. He said that moment changed his life. He wanted to become a rapper too. After that, Kendrick began writing rap lyrics in his notebook. He listened to hip-hop music and learned from it. He studied the words, the beats, and the style. His heroes were Tupac, Nas, Eminem, and Jay-Z. He wanted to tell stories, just like them. Kendrick did not have much money for recording, but he found ways to make music. He joined small rap groups and performed in his neighborhood. He first used the name K. His early songs were about life in Compton, the fear, the friends, the family, and the fight to survive. Even though life was hard, Kendrick never gave up. He believed in himself. He knew he had something to say. He was different from others. He did not want fame or money. He wanted to speak the truth. He wanted to help people understand life in places like Compton. This was the beginning of his journey. A young boy from a tough city, with a big dream and a strong heart, started walking his path to greatness. Kendrick Lamar's early life was not easy, but it made him the artist he is today. In the next chapter, we will learn how K. became Kendrick Lamar, the rising star in the world of rap music. Chapter 2. The Making of K. Kendrick Lamar started his music journey as a teenager. Before he became famous as Kendrick Lamar, he called himself K. This was his first rap name. He used it when he began writing and recording songs. The name K. came from his real name, Kendrick, K, and the first letter of his last name, D for Duckworth. Kendrick was still in high school when he started rapping. He was only 16 years old. At that time, he recorded his first mixtape. A mixtape is a collection of songs that rappers make to show their talent. His first mixtape was called Youngest Head Nigga in Charge. Even though the title was strong, the songs had deep messages about his life in Compton. He gave the mixtape to people in his neighborhood. Many people were surprised by how smart and real the music was. The mixtape caught the attention of a local music group called Top Dog Entertainment, TDE. They listened to Kendrick's songs and saw great talent in him. They gave him a chance to record more music in a real studio. This was the start of something big. Kendrick worked very hard in the studio. He wrote every day. He wanted to become better with every song. He studied the work of famous rappers like Tupac, Eminem, Jay-Z, and Nas. He didn't just copy them, he learned from them. He wanted to build his own style. As K. He released more mixtapes like Training Day and C4. These mixtapes showed his skill and creativity. His voice was strong, and his words were powerful. He talked about life in the streets, the pain of growing up in Compton, and the dreams of young people. His music was real. People started to notice him. During this time, he also worked with other artists in the TDE group, like J-Rock and Absol. They supported each other. They made music together and performed in small shows. Kendrick was still not famous, but he was learning fast. He was growing as an artist. One day, Dr. Dre, a famous rapper and music producer, heard Kendrick's music. He was very impressed. He wanted to work with Kendrick. This was a big moment. Many young rappers dream of working with Dr. Dre. It meant Kendrick's music was special. Even though people knew him as K. Kendrick felt it was time for a change. He wanted to be more real, more honest. So he stopped using the name K. and started using his real name, Kendrick Lamar. This change was important. It showed that Kendrick was ready to share his true self with the world. He was not just a rapper anymore. He was an artist with a message. This is how K. was born, and how he grew into Kendrick Lamar, the voice of a generation. In the next chapter, we will see how his first album opened the door to a new world of success. Chapter 3. Breakthrough with Section .80. In 2011, Kendrick Lamar released his first big album. It was called Section .80. This album was very important in his life. It helped people around the world know who Kendrick Lamar was. It was the beginning of his success as a music artist. Before Section .80, Kendrick had already made many mixtapes. People in his city and on the internet knew he was a good rapper. But he was still not very famous. Section .80 changed that. It was his first full album with Top Dog Entertainment, also called TDE. Section Point 80 was not a normal rap album. It had powerful messages. Kendrick used the songs to talk about real problems. He talked about drugs, violence, pain, and the struggles of young people. He spoke about life in America, especially for people who were poor or ignored by society. Kendrick gave a voice to a whole generation, the people born in the 1980s, also called Section 80 babies. That is why the album has this name. These people saw many hard things in their lives. Kendrick wanted to tell their stories through music. One song from the album is called Hypa We Are. It became very popular. In this song, Kendrick speaks about love, strength, and change. He tells young people to wake up, think more, and believe in themselves. Hypa We Are was not just a song, it was a message. It showed that Kendrick was not just a rapper. He was also a teacher and a leader. Other songs like ADHD and Ronald Reagan Era also had deep meanings. In ADHD, Kendrick talks about how many young people feel lost and empty. He uses music to help them feel understood. He tells them they are not alone. Many people, especially young fans, connected with Kendrick's words. They felt his pain. They also felt his hope. Even though the album talked about dark things, it also gave light. It showed that change is possible. The album did not play on the radio much. It was not made for parties. But it was shared online, and people loved it. Music writers and critics praised Section Point 80. They said Kendrick was a new voice in hip-hop, fresh, honest, and real. One very important person also noticed Kendrick after Section Point 80, Dr. Dre. He was a famous rapper and music producer. Dr. Dre saw something special in Kendrick. He wanted to help him grow. This was a big step in Kendrick's journey. Section Point 80 was not just music. It was a statement. It said, "I am here, and I have something to say." It was the start of something great. In the next chapter, we will see how Kendrick moved from the internet to the world stage with his next album, Good Kid, Mad City. This album made him a star. Chapter 4, The Rise of Good Kid, Mad City. In 2012, Kendrick Lamar released his second big album. It was called Good Kid, Mad City. This album made Kendrick a star. People all over the world started to listen to him. It was not just a good album, it was a great one. Many people say it is one of the best rap albums of all time. The album tells the story of Kendrick's teenage life in Compton, California. It is like a movie in music form. Each song is like a scene. Together, they show the life of a good kid growing up in a mad city. The city is full of danger, gangs, and bad choices. Kendrick shows how hard it is to stay good in a place like that. Kendrick was only 25 years old when he made the album. But he was already wise. He wrote songs with deep meaning. The album talks about peer pressure, fear, love, family, and faith. It is not just about problems. It is about choices and how we can rise above them. The songs in the album are powerful and personal. One of the most famous songs is Swimming Pools, Drank. At first, it sounds like a party song. But when you listen closely, it is about the dangers of alcohol and the pressure to drink. Another song, The Art of Peer Pressure, tells the story of a young boy being pushed by friends to do bad things. In the song Money Trees, Kendrick talks about how people in poor neighborhoods dream of getting rich. He shows that this dream can be dangerous if it is not done the right way. In Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, Kendrick speaks about death, loss, and wanting to change. The song is long and emotional. It touches many listeners. One of the most important songs is Backseat Freestyle. It shows young Kendrick full of dreams and energy. He raps with confidence and speed. It reminds us that even though life is hard, young people still have big dreams. The album ends with hope. Kendrick shows that we can change. We can learn from mistakes. We can choose a better life. Even in a mad city, a good kid can survive. Good Kid, Mad City was a big success. It sold many copies. It was loved by music critics and fans. It was nominated for many Grammy Awards. People called it a modern classic. This album changed Kendrick's life. He was no longer just a rapper from Compton. He became one of the most important voices in music. He showed that hip-hop can be honest, deep, and beautiful. In the next chapter, we will see how Kendrick used his fame to speak about bigger issues, about race, history, and freedom, in his next powerful album, To Pimp a Butterfly. Chapter 5. Cultural Impact of To Pimp a Butterfly. In 2015, Kendrick Lamar released his third big album. It was called To Pimp a Butterfly. This album was very different from other rap albums. It mixed rap with jazz, funk, and soul music. It had strong messages about race, history, and being black in America. Many people say this is Kendrick's most important album. To Pimp a Butterfly came at a time when many people in the US were talking about racism, police violence, and justice. The album gave a voice to these issues. Kendrick did not make the album just to entertain people. He wanted to make them think, feel, and talk. One of the most famous songs from the album is All Right. It became an anthem for hope and strength. The chorus says, "We gon' be all right," which means, we will be okay. Many young people sang this song during protests against police violence. The song gave people power. It helped them stay strong during hard times. Another song, The Blacker the Berry, speaks about anger, pain, and identity. Kendrick raps about being proud of his skin, his culture, and his roots. The words are strong and honest. Many people said the song helped them feel seen and heard. The album cover also had a message. It showed young black men standing in front of the White House, holding money and smiling. It was a picture of power and pride. Kendrick was saying, "We matter. We are strong." To Pimp a Butterfly was not an easy album. The songs were deep. The music was full of feeling. It was not made for parties. It was made for thinking and learning. Some people did not understand it at first. But with time, many saw how important it was. Teachers, students, and leaders started to talk about the album in schools and colleges. It was used to teach about racism, art, and American history. Even people who did not usually listen to rap music listened to Kendrick. They respected his words and his message. The album won many awards. It was called one of the best albums of the year by magazines like Rolling Stone and Billboard. Many music experts called it a masterpiece. But more than awards, To Pimp a Butterfly gave people hope. It showed that music can be powerful. It can teach. It can heal. It can start change. Kendrick became more than just a rapper. He became a voice for the people. In the end, To Pimp a Butterfly changed how people see hip-hop. It showed that rap music is not just about money, cars, or clothes. It can also be about truth, history, and love. Kendrick used his gift to help others, and that is why this album is so special. In the next chapter, we will see how Kendrick reached even greater success with his next album, Damn, and won one of the biggest awards in the world. Chapter 6. Pulitzer Power, Damn, and Global Recognition. In 2017, Kendrick Lamar released another powerful album. It was called Damn. This album was very successful. It won many awards and became popular all around the world. It also made history. Kendrick became the first rapper to win the Pulitzer Prize for music. This was a very big moment, not just for Kendrick, but for all of hip-hop. Damn was different from Kendrick's last album, To Pimp a Butterfly. It was shorter, with a simpler sound. But the message was still strong. The songs talked about fear, love, faith, pride, and loyalty. Kendrick looked inside himself and shared his true thoughts and feelings. One of the most famous songs from the album is Humble. In this song, Kendrick raps about being real and staying humble, even when you are rich or famous. The beat is strong, and the lyrics are easy to remember. The song became a big hit and was played on radios everywhere. Another popular song is DNA. In this song, Kendrick talks about his identity. He says that he is proud of who he is and where he comes from. He raps with great energy and emotion. People loved the power in his voice and his words. The album Damn showed Kendrick's skill as both a rapper and a storyteller. Each song had a clear idea. Some songs were quiet and thoughtful, like Feel and Love. Others were loud and intense, like XXX and Element. The album had many moods and messages. In 2018, Damn won 5 Grammy Awards. But something even bigger happened. Kendrick Lamar won the Pulitzer Prize for Music. This was the first time a hip-hop album ever received this award. The Pulitzer Prize is usually given to classical or jazz music. When Kendrick won, it changed everything. The judges said Damn was a work full of powerful lyrics, strong beats, and deep meaning. They said it showed the truth of modern life in a new and creative way. Many people were happy and proud. They said this award showed that rap music is real art. After Damn, Kendrick became known all over the world. He performed at big shows and worked with other great artists. He also wrote songs for the movie Black Panther. One of the songs, All the Stars, was nominated for an Oscar. Kendrick was not just a rapper, he was now a global artist and leader in music. Kendrick used his success to inspire others. He showed young people that their voice matters. He showed that you can be honest, creative and true, and still reach the top. Damn was more than just an album. It was a turning point in music history. It brought hip-hop to a higher level and gave Kendrick Lamar a place among the greatest artists of all time. In the next chapter, we will explore how Kendrick's words and ideas continue to inspire the world and shape the future of music and culture. Chapter 7: Lyrics, Legacy, and Lyrical Genius. Kendrick Lamar is known as one of the best lyricists in the world. A lyricist is someone who writes strong, meaningful, and creative words for songs. Kendrick's lyrics are not just music, they are poetry, stories, and truth. His words touch hearts, open minds, and make people think. This is why many people call him a lyrical genius. From the beginning of his career, Kendrick's lyrics were different. He did not only rap about money or fame. He rapped about real life, about pain, love, family, fear, and hope. He told stories of his own life and the lives of people around him. His songs were full of emotion and deep messages. Kendrick uses many styles in his lyrics. Sometimes, he raps fast with energy and fire. Other times, he raps slow and soft, with deep feeling. He changes his voice to show different characters or moods. He plays with words in smart and clever ways. He uses metaphors, rhyme, repetition, and double meanings to make his message powerful. One good example of Kendrick's lyrical skill is the song Fear. In this song, he raps about fear at different ages, as a child, a teen, and an adult. He shows how fear changes as we grow up. Another song, Duckworth, tells a true story about how one small moment could have changed his whole life. The story is surprising and teaches a lesson about fate and choices. Kendrick's lyrics often talk about important topics. He speaks about race, justice, violence, and the struggles of being black in America. He also talks about mental health, self-doubt, and finding peace. Many fans say his music helps them feel understood and less alone. Teachers and schools also use Kendrick's lyrics in the classroom. His words are studied like literature. Students read his lyrics to learn about poetry, history, and social problems. This shows how powerful his writing is. It is not just for listening but also for learning. Kendrick's lyrical talent has inspired many new artists. Young rappers look up to him and try to write with the same honesty and power. He has helped bring back deep, meaningful rap in a time when many songs are simple and fun. He shows that rap can still have a strong message. But Kendrick never raps just to show off. He raps with a purpose. He wants to help people think about the world and about themselves. He wants to use music to bring change, love, and truth. Because of his amazing lyrics, Kendrick has won many awards. But more than that, he has won the respect of fans, writers, and musicians all over the world. His legacy, the mark he leaves on music, is very strong. In the next chapter, we will look at how Kendrick uses his voice not just in music, but also in real life, as a leader and a voice for change in the world. Chapter 8: Social Commentary and Activism. Kendrick Lamar is not just a rapper. He is also a voice for truth, justice, and change. He uses his music to talk about the problems in society. This is called social commentary. When an artist speaks out to help people or to fight for fairness, this is called activism. Kendrick is both a powerful artist and a strong activist. From the beginning of his career, Kendrick has spoken about life in poor neighborhoods, racism, violence, and inequality. He knows these problems well because he grew up with them in Compton, California. His music is full of stories about real people, real struggles, and real pain. In his album To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick talked a lot about being black in America. He spoke about how black people are often treated unfairly. He also talked about pride, strength, and self-love. The song, All Right, became very important. During protests in the U.S., people sang this song together. The words, "We gon' be all right," gave people hope and power. It became a message of peace and strength. Kendrick's activism is not just in his music. He also speaks out in public. He supports movements like Black Lives Matter, which fights against racism and police violence. He joins protests, donates money, and speaks at schools and community events. He shows that famous people can use their voice to help others. In interviews, Kendrick often talks about the need for change. He believes that young people have the power to change the future. He tells them to read, learn, and speak up. He says that art is a strong tool. It can change minds and bring people together. One of Kendrick's goals is to help people see the truth. He wants them to understand what is really happening in the world. In his song, The Blacker the Berry, he speaks about pain, pride, and power. He shows that it's okay to feel angry, but we must use that anger to do good things. Kendrick also talks about mental health and emotional pain. He says it is important to talk about feelings and ask for help. Many young people say Kendrick's songs help them feel better and less alone. Even though Kendrick is very famous, he still remembers where he came from. He goes back to Compton to give back to the community. He gives books and school supplies to students. He visits schools and talks to kids about dreams and goals. He shows them that they can succeed too. Kendrick's voice is strong because it is honest. He does not try to be perfect. He shares his mistakes and lessons. He wants to help others grow. Through music and action, Kendrick Lamar is changing the world. His social commentary and activism make him not just a rapper, but a leader and a role model. In the next chapter, we will explore how Kendrick continues to grow through new projects and ideas, including his creative company, PG Lang. Chapter 9: PG Lang and Creative Expansion. In 2020, Kendrick Lamar started something new. He created a company called PG Lang. This name means program language, but it is more than just words. PG Lang is a creative company that works with music, film, writing, and art. Kendrick made it with his friend and partner, Dave Free. Together, they wanted to make a space for young artists to share their voices and ideas. PG Lang is not just a music label. It is a platform for storytelling. It helps artists tell their stories in many ways, not just through songs, but also through videos, short films, and books. Kendrick and Dave Free believe that stories can teach, inspire, and connect people. One of the goals of PG Lang is to support new talent. They want to help young artists from different backgrounds. They want to give chances to people who may not have big names, but who have big ideas. PG Lang works with musicians, writers, and filmmakers who want to say something important. Kendrick's first project with PG Lang was helping other artists release music. One of them is Baby Keem, a young rapper who is also Kendrick's cousin. Baby Keem's song, Family Ties, featuring Kendrick, became a big hit. It showed the energy of the new generation and the power of working together as a family. Through PG Lang, Kendrick also made short films and creative ads. One project with Calvin Klein, a clothing brand, showed different young artists wearing fashion while sharing stories. These videos were stylish, simple, and full of emotion. They showed that art can be found in everything, even in clothes. PG Lang lets Kendrick explore new ideas. He is not just a rapper now. He is a storyteller, a producer, and a creative leader. He is building a new path for artists who want freedom and truth in their work. Even though Kendrick is quiet in public, his work speaks loudly. PG Lang is his way of helping the next generation grow. He knows how hard it can be to start with nothing. That's why he gives others a chance to shine. PG Lang is also a reflection of Kendrick's growth. Over the years, he has changed. He has learned, traveled, and seen more of the world. Now he wants to give something back. He is using his success to build something bigger than himself. The company does not follow trends. It makes its own path. Just like Kendrick's music, PG Lang is deep, smart, and full of meaning. It is not about being popular. It is about being real. Kendrick once said that PG Lang is for people who speak music, film, art, and culture. It is a new kind of language, the language of creativity, truth, and heart. In the next and final chapter, we will look at Kendrick Lamar's influence, his growth, and how his voice will continue to shape music and culture for years to come. Chapter 10: Evolution, Influence, and the Future of Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar has grown a lot since his early days in Compton. He started as a young rapper with big dreams. Now, he is one of the most respected artists in the world. His journey is full of learning, change, and power. This chapter looks at his evolution, his influence, and what might come next in his future. Over the years, Kendrick's music has changed. He is always growing. Each album sounds different from the last one. He is not afraid to try new things. In Good Kid, Mad City, he told the story of his youth. In To Pimp a Butterfly, he talked about race, history, and identity. In Damn, he looked inside himself and shared personal emotions. Kendrick is always thinking, learning, and asking big questions. His music is not just for fun, it is for learning and feeling. His evolution shows that artists can be smart, deep, and honest. He does not follow others. He follows his own path. Kendrick's influence is very strong. Many young rappers and singers say they look up to him. They learn from his lyrics, his voice, and his choices. He has changed how people see hip-hop. He showed that rap music can be art, poetry, and education. Even outside of music, Kendrick is a role model. He is quiet, but his actions are loud. He gives back to his community. He supports young artists. He speaks about truth and justice. He shows that success is not just about money, it is also about helping others. Kendrick also inspires people around the world. His songs are listened to in many countries. His words speak to different cultures, languages, and people. He reminds us that we are all human, and that we all have dreams, pain, and hope. In 2022, Kendrick released a new album called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. In this album, he talks about mental health, family, healing, and forgiveness. It shows a new side of him, more open, more honest, and more human. Fans could see that Kendrick is still growing, still learning, and still sharing his truth. As for the future, nobody knows exactly what Kendrick will do next. But one thing is clear, he will keep surprising us. Maybe he will make more music. Maybe he will write a book, make films, or help more young artists through his company PG Lang. Whatever he does, it will be real, deep, and powerful. Kendrick Lamar's story teaches us that we can rise, no matter where we come from. With hard work, honesty, and courage, we can create something great. His journey is far from over. The world is still listening. This is the story of Kendrick Lamar, not just a rapper, but a poet, a teacher, a leader, and a voice for change. His evolution, his influence, and his future will continue to shape music and hearts for many years to come. Vocabularies. 1. Lyricist, a person who writes the words for songs. 2. Legacy, something important left behind by a person that people remember, like ideas, work, or influence. 3. Activism, actions or efforts to bring about social or political change. 4. Mixtape, a collection of songs shared by an artist, often for free, to show their music to the public. 5. Inequality, an unfair situation where some people have more rights or chances than others. 6. Identity, the qualities, beliefs, and background that make a person who they are. 7. Influence, the power to change how someone thinks, feels, or acts. 8. Evolution, slow and steady change or growth over time. 9. Recognition, being seen, known, or praised for something you have done well. 10. Storytelling, the act of sharing stories, often to teach, entertain, or inspire others. White heavy checkmark quiz. Questions, 1 from each chapter. 1. Where was Kendrick Lamar born and raised? 2. What was Kendrick's first rap name before using his real name? 3. What was the title of Kendrick Lamar's first big album that gave him major attention? 4. What city does Kendrick describe in detail in his album Good Kid, Mad City? 5. What song from To Pimp a Butterfly became a message of hope during protests? 6. What is the name of the album that helped Kendrick win the Pulitzer Prize? 7. What word is used to describe Kendrick's skill in writing strong and meaningful lyrics? 8. What movement does Kendrick support that fights against racism and police violence? 9. What is the name of Kendrick Lamar's creative company started in 2020? 10. What is the title of Kendrick Lamar's 2022 album that talks about healing and family? Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed learning with us. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and family. Your support helps us grow and bring you more inspiring stories and easy English learning content. Do you have a topic you'd like us to cover in our next video? Maybe a famous person, an invention, or a country? Let us know in the comments or messages. We'd love to hear your ideas. You can find answers in the description. Thanks again, and keep learning with us. See you in the next video.